जी गाइस अस्सलाम वालेकुम। तो वेलकम टू सेकंड एपिसोड फॉर फ्यूजन फाइनेंशियल इम्प्लीमेंटेशन ट्रेनिंग। तो इससे पहले कि मैं नेक्स्ट ट्रेनिंग का कोर्स स्टार्ट करूं, पहले मैं आपको प्रीवियस कोर्स के बारे में हाईलाइट करा दूं। अगर अभी तक आपने प्रीवियस वीडियो नहीं देखी तो पहले आप प्रीवियस वीडियो देख लें, ताकि आपको जो है ना वो पहले वाली तमाम डिटेल्स के बारे में अच्छे तरीके से पता चल जाए। अच्छा, सबसे पहले जो है ना एपिसोड 1 के अंदर मैंने आपको फ्यूजन क्लाउड के बारे में, उससे पहले फ्यूजन क्लाउड के पहले मैंने क्लाउड के बारे में बताया कि क्लाउड क्या होता है, क्लाउड के बेनिफिट क्या है, क्यों आजकल क्लाउड जो है ना वो मार्केट में बहुत ज़्यादा पॉपुलर है, उसकी डिमांड बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ रही है, क्यों तमाम कंपनीज प्रेफर कर रही हैं अपने ऑन प्रेम सोल्यूशन को मूव करने के लिए टू द क्लाउड। अब क्लाउड के बहुत सारे बेनिफिट्स हैं जो कि मैंने आपको जो है ना वो एपिसोड 1 में एक्सप्लेन किया। अगर आपने अभी तक एपिसोड 1 को नहीं देखा तो पहले आप एपिसोड 1 को देख लें और फिर आप जो है ना इस एपिसोड को स्टार्ट करें। तो उसके बाद जो है ना क्लाउड के बारे में मैंने एक्सप्लेन करने के बाद नेक्स्ट जो मैंने आपको ब्रीफ किया है वो बताया कि फ्यूजन एप्लीकेशंस के बारे में, कि फ्यूजन एप्लीकेशन क्या है, उसके बेनिफिट क्या है, उसका आपको जो है ना ई बिज़नेस से कैसे आप उसको डिफ्रेंशिएट करते हैं, और वो थोड़ा सा जो है ना मैंने आपको फ्यूजन एप्लीकेशन के बारे में बताया। उसके अलावा जो है ना वो जो फर्स्ट लेक्चर है उसके अंदर मैंने आपको बहुत अच्छे तरीके से एक्सप्लेन किया है कि फ्यूजन फाइनेंशियल क्या है और फाइनेंशियल के मॉड्यूल्स कौन कौन से हैं, और जो कि मॉड्यूल्स के ऊपर हम लोग जो है आगे बहुत डिटेल से पढ़ेंगे। तो वो भी जो है वो फर्स्ट लेक्चर में मैंने आपको एक्सप्लेन किया। प्लस ये है कि फर्स्ट लेक्चर में मैंने जो एक्सप्लेन किया है वो है फंक्शनल सेटअप मैनेजर। फंक्शनल सेटअप मैनेजर जो है ना बेसिकली एक सेटअप मैनेजर फ्यूजन एप्लीकेशन के अंदर उन्होंने इंट्रोड्यूस करवा दिया, जो कि ओरेकल ई बिज़नेस में नहीं था, जिससे आपकी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन की जो है ना वो फेजेस बहुत आसान हो जाते हैं। उसके अलावा जो है फर्स्ट एपिसोड में मैंने आपकी सिक्योरिटी और रोल बेस्ड एक्सेस कंट्रोल को बहुत अच्छे तरीके से एक्सप्लेन किया। वो भी थोड़ा सा जाके आप, अगर आपको नहीं उसका आइडिया तो जाकर उसको देख लें। तो ये बेसिकली हाईलाइटेड जो मेन इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है जो कि मैंने प्रीवियस लेक्चर में एक्सप्लेन किए थे, तो वो ये है। इसके अलावा जो है वो प्रीवियस लेक्चर के अंदर मैंने ओरेकल फ्यूजन एप्लीकेशन की नेविगेशन के बारे में आपको बताया कि अगर आपने ओरेकल फ्यूजन एप्लीकेशन के ऊपर लॉगिन करना है तो लॉगिन करने के बाद आपने उसको कौन कौन से एक्शन परफॉर्म करने हैं, उसके तमाम लुक एंड फील के बारे में मैंने आपको बहुत अच्छे तरीके से एक्सप्लेन किया। उसके अलावा जो है एपिसोड 1 के अंदर जो है ना वो मैंने एक नया यूज़र क्रिएट करके उसको कुछ रोल्स असाइन करके, उसके अलावा जो है मैंने आपको फर्स्ट एपिसोड के अंदर जो है वो मैंने आपको ब्रीफ किया है कि आपने एक एम्प्लॉय कैसे क्रिएट करें, यूज़र कैसे मीन लुक एंड फील, यूज़र क्रिएशन एंड एम्प्लॉय क्रिएशन, ये सारी की सारी चीज़ें जो है ना वो मैंने आपको एपिसोड 1 के अंदर एक्सप्लेन की है। अब चलते हैं एपिसोड 2 के अंदर। तो एपिसोड 2 के अंदर जो है वो था, सबसे पहले मैं आपको फ्यूजन की प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट से रिलेटेड थोड़ा सा ब्रीफ करूँगा। उसके बाद थोड़ा सा आपको कस्टमाइजेशन के बारे में बताऊंगा, पर्सनलाइजेशन के बारे में बताऊंगा, और उसके बाद जो हम लोग चलेंगे जो कोर डिफरेंसेस हैं ओरेकल ई बिज़नेस एंड फ्यूजन एप्लीकेशन के अंदर। तो ये सारे टॉपिक्स करने के बाद जो नेक्स्ट हमारा टॉपिक होगा वो होगा ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल का एंटरप्राइज स्ट्रक्चर, कि अगर किसी कंपनी का स्ट्रक्चर आपने बनाना है तो उसके कौन से कोर बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स हैं, वो सारे के सारे जो है ना हम लोग आज के इस लेक्चर के अंदर स्टडी करेंगे। तो नेक्स्ट के अंदर जो है ना वो फिर हम लोग बड़ी डिटेल से फाइनेंशियल के इम्प्लीमेंटेशन के स्टेप्स करेंगे। तो अभी तक की एपिसोड 2 के अंदर हम लोग इंशाल्लाह इसके ऊपर प्रैक्टिस करते हैं और मैं आपको जो सुना उसके बारे में अभी।
Welcome to ICM TV. ICM TV, in collaboration with ICM Software House, is bringing many Oracle training courses for you free of cost. Please subscribe to ICM TV channel and don't forget to press ring icon so that you will be notified about all upcoming training videos, which include Oracle technical courses and Oracle functional courses. In Oracle technical courses, we are bringing two main different technologies, which is Oracle e-business and Oracle Fusion applications. In Oracle e-business and Fusion applications, we will give you trainings for DBA track as well as development tracks. In the DBA, we will give you core DBA as well as apps DBA and Fusion DBA. In the developer track, we will give you training on all the development technologies, which includes SQL, PLSQL, Java, Form Builder, Report Builder, OAF, ADF, Discover and Business Intelligence. In the functional side, we'll give you training for Oracle Financial, Human Resource, Supply Chain, Project Management and Manufacturing over the Oracle e-business as well as Oracle Fusion application. Before starting training, let me introduce you myself. My name is Abadur Rahman and I am working on Oracle technologies from last more than 20 years. I completed my Oracle developer certification in year 2000. I have given training more than 5,000 students around the world, and I have given training in more than 15 different training institutions, which includes Oracle University Dubai, Oracle University Saudi Arabia, and many different Oracle training institutions. I'm a very strong developer and I build custom applications for more than 100 clients in Pakistan. I'm Oracle functional consultant and I did the Oracle e-business implementation for more than 50 companies in last 15 years. So I provide different types of services, which includes consultancy, implementation, as well as support. I'm Oracle, I do have a very strong Oracle Fusion application experience, as I'm doing Oracle Fusion implementation from last 5 years. So I worked on more than 5 large projects on Oracle Fusion implementations. I'm a project manager. I do the project management for many projects. I run more than 10 large ERP implementation projects as a project manager. And I'm a very good solution architect, as I do have a strong hands-on working experience on Oracle technologies, which include DBA development as well as functional side. So any type of solution, if I need to design, I can understand and design any type of solution very easily, though it goes across different technologies or it goes across different modules or the different business area.
Yes. ICM Software House is a multinational ERP consultancy company dealing in end-to-end ERP solution implementations on Oracle technologies, including Oracle eBusiness and Oracle Fusion Cloud implementations, business intelligence, mobile application development, and integrations. We are a team of dedicated professionals providing on-site and offshore ERP consultancy services in the international market. ICM is helping clients digitally transform and streamline their business processes by integrating many departments using ERP solutions to have paperless environments, along with the best analytical solutions for decision makers through business intelligence, and by ensuring business data availability and approvals on mobile apps. ICM's head office is located in Pakistan, with branch offices in many countries around the world, including Saudi Arabia, the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, and the United Arab Emirates. ICM provides Oracle ERP services, including solution-driven implementation based on best practices, 24/7 on-site and offshore support, business intelligence solutions, including data warehousing, mobile application development for e-business and Fusion application, corporate trainings, resource outsourcing on-site and offshore support, health checks, upgrading services, especially in Oracle. We offer comprehensive solutions to our clients for managing financial, human resources, procurement, supply chain, manufacturing, projects, property, asset maintenance, asset lifecycle management solutions, and more. We have a great deal of experience in healthcare, telecom, banking, real estate, construction, and the manufacturing business sectors. For more information, please visit our website or contact us via email, phone, or WhatsApp. We look forward to speaking with you soon.
तो चलिए अब फिर थोड़ा सा देख लेते हैं एप्लीकेशन इम्प्लीमेंटेशन मेथोडोलॉजी। तो एप्लीकेशन इम्प्लीमेंटेशन मेथोडोलॉजी जो है ना, ये एक आप ये कह लें कि सीक्वेंस और पैटर्न ऑफ एक्टिविटीज़ है जो कि आपको परफॉर्म करना है। जो मेथोडोलॉजी जो है ना वो ऑरेकल वाले ने दी है टू परफॉर्म योर इम्प्लीमेंटेशन। तो अगर आपने किसी भी कंपनी की इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करनी है तो बेसिकली जो है ना आपके पास आपको एक मेथोडोलॉजी यूज़ करनी है। लाइक पहले हमारे पास कोई 15-20 साल पहले जो है ना एक होती थी एम्स फॉर, एंड देन उसके बाद वो आई ABF, एम्स फॉर बिजनेस फ्लोज, एंड देन उसके बाद जो है ना वो जो लेटेस्ट इम्प्लीमेंटेशन मेथोडोलॉजी इस वक्त चल रही है ऑरेकल की साइड से, वो है ऑरेकल यूनिफाइड मेथोडोलॉजी OUM। तो नॉर्मली क्या करते हैं कि हम लोग OUM की इम्प्लीमेंटेशन मेथोडोलॉजी को चूज़ करते हैं इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करने के लिए। तो थोड़ा सा मैं आपको बता दूं कि जब हम लोगों ने इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करनी है तो नॉर्मली जो है ना बेस्ड ऑन द प्रोजेक्ट की डायरेक्शन हम लोग चूज़ करते हैं कि हम लोगों को किस तरह की इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करनी है। आइदर ये इम्प्लीमेंटेशन सोल्यूशन ड्रिवन इम्प्लीमेंटेशन है या रिक्वायरमेंट ड्रिवन इम्प्लीमेंटेशन है। नॉर्मली क्या है कि आप देखें कि ऑरेकल फ्यूजन एप्लीकेशन या ऑरेकल की जो दूसरी एप्लीकेशन है लाइक ऑरेकल ई बिजनेस, ये स्टैंडर्ड मॉड्यूल्स हैं। तो स्टैंडर्ड मॉड्यूल्स के अंदर नॉर्मली क्या है कि प्रेफरेबल होता है कि आप जो है ना इम्प्लीमेंटेशन मेथोडोलॉजी चूज़ करें बेस्ड ऑन द बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस और द बेस्ड ऑन द स्टैंडर्ड्स। तो जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया कि दो डिफरेंट इम्प्लीमेंटेशन मेथोडोलॉजीज हो सकती हैं, डायरेक्शंस हो सकती हैं। इम्प्लीमेंटेशन मेथोडोलॉजी तो एक ही होगी जिसको हम कहेंगे OUM, लेकिन उसमें दो डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ डायरेक्शन हो सकती है, रिक्वायरमेंट ड्रिवन या सोल्यूशन ड्रिवन इम्प्लीमेंटेशन। अब इसमें थोड़े से फेजेस का फ़र्क होगा, बाकी सारे की सारी जो है ना वो मेनली जो है वो एक ही जैसी होगी। अगर रिक्वायरमेंट ड्रिवन है तो आपको सबसे पहले रिक्वायरमेंट लेनी होगी और उसके बाद आपको अपने प्रोजेक्ट को मूव करना होगा। अगर सोल्यूशन ड्रिवन है तो आपको रिक्वायरमेंट लेने के लिए सबसे पहले आपको बिजनेस को हाई लेवल समझ के आपको सोल्यूशन को एज इज प्रेजेंट करना होगा। तो नॉर्मली क्या है कि हम लोग प्रेफर करते हैं जब हमने इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करनी हो ऑरेकल यूनिफाइड मेथोडोलॉजी के अंदर सोल्यूशन ड्रिवन इम्प्लीमेंटेशन। लेट्स अज्यूम कि आप सोल्यूशन ड्रिवन इम्प्लीमेंटेशन कर रहे हैं किसी कंपनी के लिए, तो सबसे पहले आपने जाके उसके कुछ की यूज़र से मिल लेंगे ताकि उसका बिजनेस और उसके हाई लेवल इंपॉर्टेंट जो है ना वो फंक्शंस को समझ लें। जब आप उसके कोर फंक्शंस को समझ लेंगे तो आप जो है उसकी बेस के ऊपर सोल्यूशन कॉन्फ़िगर करेंगे और वो सोल्यूशन आप यूज़र को प्रेजेंट करेंगे या दिखाएंगे। तो जिस फेज़ के अंदर आप यूज़र को दिखाएंगे, नॉर्मली क्या है कि जितने भी आपके यूज़र के साथ इंटरेक्शंस होते हैं या आइट्रेशंस होती हैं या आप ये कह लें कि जो मीटिंग्स होती हैं या आप ये कह लें कि आपके जो है ना वो सेशंस होते हैं उनको हम CRP कहते हैं, कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम पायलट। तो नॉर्मली जो है ना हर प्रोजेक्ट के अंदर 2 या 3 जो है ना वो CRPs लाजमी होते हैं अपनी जो है ना वो प्रोजेक्ट को बिजनेस यूज़र के साथ या मैनेजमेंट के साथ डिस्कस करने के लिए। अगर सोल्यूशन ड्रिवन इम्प्लीमेंटेशन है तो हम जाके बिजनेस यूज़र्स को सोल्यूशन प्रेजेंट करते हैं और गैप कैप्चर कर लेते हैं, जो भी उसके अंदर गैप्स होते हैं सोल्यूशन के अंदर। और जब वो यूज़र आपके गैप्स जो है वो पे उसको आपको सेटिस्फाई कर दे, जब आपको गैप समझ आ जाते हैं तो फिर आप उन गैप्स को कवर करते हैं सोल्यूशन के अंदर, वो प्रॉब्लम्स फिक्स करते हैं ताकि आपका सोल्यूशन बिजनेस रिक्वायरमेंट के मुताबिक 100% मैच कर दे। तो जब वो यूज़र जो है वो सारा का सारा आपको सोल्यूशन बता देता है, रिक्वायरमेंट बता देता है, और आप ये कह लें हम इसको रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं कहते, हम उसको गैप्स कहते हैं। अगर गैप्स वो बता देता है तो वो जो है उन गैप्स को आप फिक्स करते हैं और उसके मुताबिक उसके सोल्यूशन को थोड़ा सा चेंज करते हैं। वो सोल्यूशन जाके आपको सेकंड CRP के अंदर जो है आप बिज़नेस यूज़र को दिखा देते हैं। तो जब वो बिज़नेस यूज़र पूरा आपका सोल्यूशन देख लेता है तो आपकी सोल्यूशन एक्सेप्टेंस हो जाती है। अब जब आपका सोल्यूशन टोटली एक्सेप्ट हो जाता है तो उसके बाद जो नेक्स्ट फेज़ होता है वो होता है आपका टेस्टिंग एंड यूज़र ट्रेनिंग। तो फिर आप जो है यूज़र को ट्रेनिंग देते हैं और टेस्टिंग करवाते हैं। तो ये बेसिकली तीसरी आइट्रेशन होती है CRP 3 जिसको बोलते हैं। और जब यूज़र जो है आपका पूरा सिस्टम टेस्ट करके चेक करके फाइनल कर देता है, तो फिर उसके बाद जो है वो ट्रांजिशन और गो लाइव होता है। इसको थोड़ा सा मैं आपको बता दूं, OUM के मेथडोलॉजी के अंदर अगर आप OUM चूज़ कर रहे हैं तो ओरेकल वाले आपको एक सॉफ्टवेयर देंगे, वो सॉफ्टवेयर आप डाउनलोड करेंगे। उस सॉफ्टवेयर के अंदर हर फेज़ के ऊपर जो जो आपने डॉक्यूमेंटेशन करनी है या कर सकते हैं उसके कुछ टेम्पलेट्स अवेलेबल होंगे। तो नॉर्मली आपको वो टेम्पलेट्स डाउनलोड करने होंगे और उन्हीं को फिल करना होगा। लाइक ये है कि स्टार्ट में जब आप प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट करते हैं तो आप एक डॉक्यूमेंट बनाते हैं जिसको कहते हैं प्रोजेक्ट चार्टर, जिसमें प्रोजेक्ट की सारी डिटेल्स होती हैं, जिसमें प्रोजेक्ट का स्कोप ऑफ वर्क होता है, कम्युनिकेशन मेथडोलॉजी होती है और बाकी जो है तमाम के तमाम जो है ना स्टेक होल्डर्स होंगे, यूज़र्स होंगे, टीम्स होंगी, जो है बहुत सारे जो है ना उसके सब प्लान्स BT70 या प्रोजेक्ट चार्टर के अंदर होते हैं। बेसिकली आप ये कह लें कि तमाम प्रोजेक्ट की जो गाइडलाइन है कि प्रोजेक्ट कैसे चल रहा है और उसने कैसे चलना है, वो सारे के सारे प्रोजेक्ट चार्टर के अंदर होते हैं। तो जब आप प्रोजेक्ट चार्टर को सबसे पहले फाइनलाइज कर लेते हैं, उसके ऊपर हर पर्सन के रोल और तमाम प्रोजेक्ट की डायरेक्शन होती है। उसके बाद आप जो है ना अपना प्रोजेक्ट स्टार्ट करते हैं और फॉर एग्जांपल ये कि सबसे आप तमाम जो है ना सबसे पहले आप सोल्यूशन डिज़ाइन करते हैं, आप करंट प्रोसेसेस लेते हैं, करंट प्रोसेसेस को समझते हैं और उसके बाद जो है ना वो फ्यूचर प्रोसेस डॉक्यूमेंट डिज़ाइन करते हैं। फ्यूचर प्रोसेस डॉक्यूमेंट आप डिज़ाइन करते हैं, उसके अलावा आप बिजनेस स्ट्रक्चर डॉक्यूमेंट डिज़ाइन करते हैं। तो ये जो दोनों डॉक्यूमेंट्स डिज़ाइन हो जाते हैं, उसके बाद आप यूज़र को दिखा के अपना सोल्यूशन एक्सेप्ट करवा लेते हैं। जब आपका सोल्यूशन एक्सेप्ट हो जाता है तो उसके बाद जो है ना आप यूज़र मैनुअल टेस्टिंग, बहुत सारे जो है ना वो आपके पास डॉक्यूमेंटेशन अवेलेबल है, जिसमें से आप अपने प्रोजेक्ट के और कस्टमर के साथ जो आपका एग्रीमेंट होता है उसकी बेस के ऊपर जितने डिलीवरेबल चाहिए वो डिलीवरेबल बना के यूज़र्स को दे देते हैं। तो बेसिकली जो प्रोजेक्ट की जो है OUM इम्प्लीमेंटेशन मेथडोलॉजी के अंदर आपके पास सबसे पहला फेज़ होता है प्रोजेक्ट डिज़ाइन, दूसरा फेज़ होता है कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, तीसरा फेज़ होता है वैलिडेशन, ट्रांजिशन एंड प्रोडक्शन। ये सारे के सारे फेजेस हैं और इन फेजेस के मुताबिक जो है ना हम लोग अपनी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करते हैं।
अब नॉर्मली ये है कि जब भी हम कोई भी स्टैंडर्ड सॉल्यूशन लेते हैं तो पहला क्वेश्चन ये आता है कि मतलब आया कि इस सॉल्यूशन में कस्टमाइजेशन रिक्वायर्ड होगी या नहीं होगी, और कस्टमाइजेशन रिक्वायर्ड होगी तो किस तरीके से होगी, हम लोग कस्टमाइजेशन कर सकते हैं या नहीं कर सकते, और पर्सनलाइजेशन कर सकते हैं कि नहीं कर सकते। आज के इस टॉपिक के अंदर जो है ना अब हम लोग थोड़ा सा ओरेकल फ्यूजन एप्लीकेशन के अंदर पर्सनलाइजेशन कस्टमाइजेशन को थोड़ा सा डिस्कस करने लगे। मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि किस तरह की किस लेवल की पर्सनलाइजेशन या कस्टमाइजेशन ओरेकल फ्यूजन के अंदर अलाउड है और किस तरह की नहीं अलाउड। बेसिकली जो है अगर आप ओरेकल ई बिज़नेस को देखें, अगर हमारे पास ओरेकल ई बिज़नेस था तो ऑन प्रेम होता था और ओरेकल ई बिज़नेस के अंदर हम लोग काफ़ी सारी कस्टमाइजेशंस कर सकते थे। तो ओरेकल ई बिज़नेस के अंदर कस्टमाइजेशन भी हो जाती थी और पर्सनलाइजेशन भी हो जाती थी। अब ओरेकल फ्यूजन एप्लीकेशन के अंदर जो है ना पर्सनलाइजेशन अलाउड है। पर्सनलाइजेशन कुछ सर्टन लेवल और तरीके से आप उसको कर सकते हैं, लेकिन कस्टमाइजेशन नहीं अलाउड। लेकिन अपने सॉल्यूशन को फर्दर बेहतर करने के लिए आप स्टैंडर्ड सॉल्यूशन लेते हैं तो समटाइम आपकी बिज़नेस के साथ 100% वो फिट नहीं बैठता। ये पर्सनलाइजेशन और कस्टमाइजेशन का कॉन्सेप्ट मैं फाइनेंशियल के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से नहीं कर रहा, मैं तमाम कंप्लीट इम्प्लीमेंटेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से कर रहा, क्योंकि जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया कि नॉर्मली जो है ना फाइनेंशियल के स्टैंडर्ड प्रोसेसेस होते हैं, स्टैंडर्ड चीज़ें होती हैं, उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा कस्टमाइजेशन या पर्सनलाइजेशन की ज़रूरत ही नहीं होती। हाँ, कुछ पर्सनलाइजेशन की हो सकती है, कुछ एडिशनल फील्ड्स ऐड करने की या कुछ जगहों के ऊपर लुक एंड फील और प्रॉम्प्ट चेंज करने की ज़रूरत हो सकती है। ये छोटा मोटा काम की ज़रूरत हो सकती है जिसको हम लोग पर्सनलाइजेशन कहते हैं, लेकिन हार्ड या बहुत ज़्यादा कस्टमाइजेशन की नॉर्मली फाइनेंशियल में ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ती। लेकिन अगर आप कुछ दूसरे मॉड्यूल्स देखें तो उसमें कुछ कस्टमाइजेशन की रिक्वायरमेंट्स पड़ती है, क्योंकि ख़ास तौर पर कुछ ऐसी कंपनीज होती हैं जिनका जो बिज़नेस का स्टाइल होता है वो बिल्कुल स्टैंडर्ड नहीं होता। तो उसमें लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल आप ये देख लें, हॉस्पिटल्स में देख लें, उसमें सेल्स का साइकिल थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट होगा। आप बैंक्स में देख लें, उसमें थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट होगा। आप जो है क्या कहते हैं टेलीकम्युनिकेशन कंपनीज में देख लें,
उनकी भी सेल्स का प्रोसेस और सारी चीज़ें डिफरेंट होगी। अगर आप रियल एस्टेट कंपनीज़ को देखते हैं तो उसमें भी थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट होगा। तो अब ये है कि कंपनीज़ को अपने बिज़नेस के हिसाब से को थोड़ा बहुत कस्टमाइजेशन करनी पड़ती है। अब वो कस्टमाइजेशन कैसे कर सकते हैं, आया कि वो स्टैंडर्ड पे अलाउड है कि नहीं अलाउड, या वो हम लोग सेपरेट एप्लीकेशन बना के उसमें ऑरेकल के अंदर जो है ना हम लोग उसको एम्बेड करके यूज़ कर सकते हैं। ये आज के इस टॉपिक में हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे। तो बेसिकली जो है ना, एक्चुअली पर्सनलाइजेशन के लिए जो है हमारे पास 4 किस्म के कंपोजर जो है ना वो ऑरेकल प्रोवाइड कर रहा है। नॉर्मली आप देखें कि ऑरेकल के अंदर जो है, ऑरेकल फ्यूजन एप्लीकेशन के अंदर आपके पास बिल्ट इन BI है, आपके पास बिल्ट इन रिपोर्टिंग एंड एनालिसिस है, आपके पास OTBI है। आप अपनी मर्ज़ी से जो है ना वो काफ़ी सारे रिपोर्ट्स बना सकते हैं। तो नॉर्मली रिपोर्टिंग की कस्टमाइजेशन की रिक्वायरमेंट तो पड़ती ही है। आपके पास 4 किस्म के जो है ना, हम ये कह लें कि 4 किस्म के डिफरेंट टाइप्स की पर्सनलाइजेशन या कस्टमाइजेशन की रिक्वायरमेंट पड़ती है। सबसे पहले हमारे पास है कुछ बिजनेस ऑब्जेक्ट्स के अंदर चेंजेस करने के लिए। उसके लिए हमारे पास ऑरेकल फ्यूजन एप्लीकेशन के अंदर डाटा कंपोजर मौजूद है, वो हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे। उसके अलावा अगर आपने यूज़र इंटरफेस को थोड़ा बहुत चेंज करना है तो उसके लिए हमारे पास पेज कंपोजर मौजूद है। पेज कंपोजर को यूज़ करके हम लोग पेजेस की कस्टमाइजेशन कर सकते हैं। और अगर हमने रिपोर्टिंग एंड एनालिसिस के अंदर कुछ चेंजेस वगैरह करनी है उसके लिए हमारे पास BI कंपोजर है। और उसके अलावा अगर हमने प्रोसेसेस के अंदर कोई थोड़ी बहुत चेंज करनी है तो उसके लिए हमारे पास प्रोसेस कंपोजर्स मौजूद है, जिनके थ्रू जिनको यूज़ करके हम सर्टेन लेवल की पर्सनलाइजेशन और कस्टमाइजेशन कर सकते हैं अपनी बिजनेस रिक्वायरमेंट्स के साथ सॉल्यूशन को मैच करने के लिए।
So as I explained you, in Oracle Fusion applications we have composers to do any type of configuration changes, some customization, extension, localization, personalization, integration, upgrade, or some customization in the reports. So as I explained you, we have if we need to do some sort of enhancement in the standard solution, so we can do all these things from the composers. As even I explained, you have page composer, process composer, data composer, and the report composers. So those tools are very good for us if we need to do some enhancement in the standard capabilities. So which is, as I explained you, which it can be required based on the business needs or based on the business type. So here if we see in Oracle Fusion application, we can do personalization in many different ways, and we have many different layers. So normally the benefit for personalization is that first of all it's upgrade safe. Meaning, for example, if you upgrade your system, so you will not lose your personalization like customization. So if you do some customization on the standard solution, you will be losing. But through using these composers, mostly you will do the personalization, and from these personalization, you will be able to achieve your goal of just tailoring the system based on your business needs, and then this you will not lose. And more additional benefit is that you don't need to do any coding, so no coding required, and it's upgrade safe Oracle Fusion personalization. So we'll be having a different layer, and based on these different layers you might be able to do some configuration, some changes maybe based on your subscription, or this can be based on some specific user or some specific department, or maybe some specific group of people. You can do the personalization based on your business needs. So now let's see, we have data composer. So normally data composer is very much helpful if you need to extend your business objects. Meaning, for example, if you need to add some new attributes in your forms, so which are specifically for your business, so those attributes, or doing some minor types of personalization or changes in the attributes, this you can do from the data composers. So with the data composers you can do easily create new and the custom objects and add and extend the attributes. So you can extend currently available attributes, so you can add some additional functionality or some additional coding or some additional programming for based on your business needs, and then leverage pre-packaged patterns and templates. So you might be able to use some pre-patterned packages or some templates for your business needs by using data composer. And you can add new objects like objects and fields are like you can say sort of concept, you can say So as we have data composer to extend or to add some new attributes, so we have page composers also. Page composer is also very much helpful for the personalization, localization, customization and extension for your existing pages. So what we can do to the page composer, we can do some changes. We can easily personalize and customize the pages layout to meet our business needs. We can add some field, we can hide some fields, we can change the design for a page. You can say change some titles to give it to make it more meaningful based on our business users and their understandings through the page composers. So if we see here, now a lot of people ask that how do I customize out of box business processes. So business processes are coming by default from the Oracle side, and a lot of people ask how they can be able to do changes, is it allowed or not allowed. So for that purpose, as we have data composer to do some changes in the business components, and we have the page composer to do some changes in the pages, so we have BPMN from which we use some business process changes. So if we see here for the BPMN, we have BPM composer from which we will compose all business processes, and along with that we have rules editor to do some changes in the rules, and we'll have routing editor from which we can do some changes in the routing or you can say approval cycles, and we have the profiles editor from where we will do some changes on the profiles. And now we have business intelligence, we can say OTBI, or we can have the business intelligence from where you can do some customization in the reports. You can design the reports, you can change the reports, and you can design the dashboards analysis. So all of those features are pre-defined, built-in, given by Oracle Fusion application for the business users to use for their routine purpose. तो अब हम थोड़ा सा डिस्कस कर लेते हैं Oracle ई-बिज़नेस ऐप के और Oracle फ्यूजन एप्लीकेशन के अंदर डिफरेंसेस, क्योंकि नॉर्मली बहुत सारे लोग जो है ना वो Oracle ई-बिज़नेस पे काम कर रहे हैं, और वो Oracle ई-बिज़नेस की जो है टूल्स को टर्मिनोलॉजीज़ को, सब चीज़ों को जो है ना वो मैच करके देखते हैं और देखना चाहते हैं फ्यूजन क्लाउड या फ्यूजन एप्लीकेशंस के साथ। तो अब हम थोड़ा सा जो है ना Oracle ई-बिज़नेस और फ्यूजन के बारे में फ़र्क डिफरेंसेस डिस्कस करेंगे। तो हमारे पास, मैंने जो है ना आपको समझाने के लिए उनके डिफरेंसेस को जो है ना तकरीबन 7-8 डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज में स्प्लिट कर लिया, ताकि हम टॉपिक बाय टॉपिक उसको डिस्कस कर लें। तो जो 7-8 टॉपिक्स मैंने बनाया उसमें सबसे पहले एक्सेसिबिलिटी को डिस्कस करेंगे, फिर टेक्निकल एंड डेवलपमेंट एस्पेक्ट को डिस्कस करेंगे, उसके बाद हम सिक्योरिटी एस्पेक्ट को डिस्कस करेंगे, फिर हम रिपोर्टिंग एस्पेक्ट्स को डिस्कस करेंगे, फिर बिजनेस स्ट्रक्चर में क्या डिफरेंसेस हैं वो डिस्कस करेंगे, फाइनेंशियल मॉड्यूल्स ई बिज़नेस में कौन से हैं और फ्यूजन क्लाउड में कौन से हैं वो हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे, और लाइसेंसिंग मॉडल्स क्या है, ये के सारे जो है ना वो हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे इसके डिफरेंसेस के अंदर Oracle ई-बिज़नेस एंड फ्यूजन क्लाउड एप्लीकेशन के जो कोर मेजर डिफरेंसेस हैं वो हम लोग इसमें ये टॉपिक्स डिस्कस करेंगे। Now, first of all, we will discuss the accessibility point of view, the difference between EBS and Oracle Fusion application. Normally, Oracle e-business is used on-prem. Yani on-premises, a lot of companies, they have their own full environment in their offices for the Oracle e-business. But Oracle e-business is now also having OCI integration so that you can have your e-business on the cloud. So Oracle e-business and Oracle Fusion Cloud mainly having the accessibility on premises as well as on cloud. But as compared to that, if we see Oracle Fusion, but Oracle Fusion is mainly for the you can say on the cloud. Now if we see the technical differences, Oracle e-business mainly use Oracle database 12c, but we can upgrade to database 21c. But Oracle Fusion application is always most updated, it's 21c. And if we see the application server which is on the middle tier, so Oracle e-business is using Fusion middleware, as well as Oracle Fusion application is using Oracle WebLogic. if we see the interface, the forms what the users are using, so mainly for the Oracle e-business, forms are developed in Oracle Form Builder, and a lot of forms are converted into the JSP using OF as well. So but as compared to this, if we see Oracle Fusion application, in the Oracle Fusion application we have Oracle ADF as well as ADF JS Java server faces are there. So the whole Fusion application is mainly built on the Oracle ADF, and Oracle e-business mainly built on the Oracle Forms. Now if we see the portal, in the Oracle e-business is using Oracle Portal, and in the Fusion application it's using Oracle Web Center. Now if we see here data model, Oracle data model is Oracle e-business data model is using Oracle EBS data model. But if we see in Oracle Fusion application, it's using data model from many products, like it's having some structure from Oracle e-business, some structure from Siebel, some structure for PeopleSoft, and some other data models. Same like this, if we see here application integration architecture in Oracle e-business is only AIA, and then in the Oracle Fusion application we have AIA and VPEL, and some other integration models are also there. Now if we see from the development side, so for the forms development we use in Oracle e-business mainly Forms Builder, and if we need to do some advanced forms we use OAF. And then furthermore that if you need to use some more pages, so that can be for the JSP, because it's you can design the JSP pages in the OF. So mainly if you need to use a development tool for the Oracle e-business, you need to work on the forms. But if you need to work on the Oracle Fusion application, so mainly the tool what is being used is the ADF. But we can also use EB Studio for the Fusion applications, for the mobile, for some additional component, as well as we can even use Apex for both. Apex is becoming nowadays very popular for Apex. Even VB Studio is also becoming very popular for the development side. And now if we see here for the workflow, to configure the workflow in Oracle e-business, we have Oracle Workflow Builder, and compared to that in Oracle Fusion application we have BPM. So as I discussed with you, for the business process configuration in the Oracle Fusion application we have BPM tool. But if we need to see application level configuration from the for the workflow or for the approvals in Oracle e-business, we use AME, Approval Management Engine, and we use in Fusion application the parallel to AME is AMX tool. So this is also used doing the same function for the, you can say, approval configuration. Now if we need to upload data in Oracle e-business, we use SQL loader, because we directly connect with the database and we have more features to connect with the database to upload the data. But if we need to upload data, if you need to upload the data in Fusion application, so we have FBDI and FBL, so file based load and file based data integrator are there to upload the data in the Oracle Fusion application. Now if we need to upload the data through website side or website, so in Oracle e-business we use Web ADI, and compared to that in the Oracle Fusion application we have ADF desktop integrator. So this is also in the Oracle Fusion application. Now if we need to integrate our e-business environment with other services, so we use web services. Same in the Oracle Fusion apps, we also use web services. Now if we see here in Oracle e-business, if we need to run any reports or to run any process, for that purpose we use concurrent program. So but if we see here in Oracle Fusion application, the word is changed to be ESS jobs. So mainly the purpose for the things what I'm comparing is more or less is the same, but there is more enhancement and like more Fusion friendly products are there what I'm discussing in the Fusion. Now if we see here personalization, for the personalization or for the personalization or for the extension, we use form personalization, OF personalization and extension. And if we see here in Fusion application, we have page composer, application composer, workflow and customization, all these things we do. Now if we see here in the security, in Oracle e-business we have the, you can say, responsibilities, we define the responsibilities. But in Oracle Fusion application we have cloud-based role-based security. Role-based security, just let me compare the role. In Oracle e-business we have the menus. So what we do normally in Oracle business, we create the menus and we assign the menus to the responsibilities. But in the Fusion application, instead of menus, we have job roles. And for the job roles, under the job roles we assign it to the data roles, like we assign the menus to the responsibilities. And now in the each menu in Oracle e-business, we will have sub menus, same as that we have in Oracle Fusion application duty roles. Under the duty roles, we'll have privileges and the permissions, same like this. If we see here in the sub menu in Oracle Fusion, Oracle e-business, we have forms as well as we have form function and executable. So form function executable is in Oracle e-business, what we define is the executable, which is a direct form or direct page which it will be running, on which the forms will be, you can say, created or the design. Same like executable will have in Oracle Fusion applications permissions. So permissions, we create the permissions on different forms or different functions, and we assign these permissions to privileges in the Fusion application, and in the form function we will assign the executable to the form function. So this is how the role-based security is controlled in Oracle Fusion Cloud application. Now let's see the reporting. So if we see here in Oracle e-business, mainly reports were designed in the report builder. So we saw a lot of reports in the report builder, but report builder, report builder style, design, format was not very good what we were using in the Oracle e-business. Especially a lot of standard reports were not, many times it was not acceptable because of the formats or because of the design. But Oracle covered this reporting problem or reporting challenges in the Oracle e-business through using XML or BI publisher. But if you see here in Oracle Fusion application, we mainly run the reports designed in the BI publisher. So state we have a very good format reports using Oracle BI publisher. So now if we see here, if we need to run business analytics based for the applications we use in Oracle e-business, OBIA, Oracle Business Intelligence for applications, same like this we will use in Oracle Fusion application, Oracle Business Intelligence for you can say Oracle Business Intelligence for applications. Now if we see here in Oracle e-business, for reporting, for analysis, for you can say more detailed analytics, for what we can say is that we use from a very long time Discoverer, which it's replaced to be added with some more enhanced business intelligence tool, which is called OBIEE. So OBIEE is mainly used for the online reporting. So if we see here in Oracle Fusion application, so they put the OBIEE engine in the Oracle Fusion application, and it's called OTBI, Oracle Transactional Based in Business Intelligence. So this is in Oracle Fusion application. Now if we see here in Oracle e-business, our financial people, users were using tool called FSG to design a lot of reports. So as the comparison for FSG, we have Smart View and other reports. Now if we see here EBS and Fusion setup differences, so normally if we see in EBS, so setups were designed in each and every specific modules. If we need to do the setup, like if we need to do setup for general ledger, for payable, for receivable, for purchasing, so there is a setup, you can say sub menu is in the like specific responsibility, and we go and we do the setup. In Oracle e-business, there was no much, you can say, a sequential pattern, except you will go and you will you will follow the Oracle documentation for the book. But if you see here in Oracle Fusion application, we have functional setup manager, which is a very good, you can say, setup tool, which it will guide you, which it will make your plan based on the offerings whatever you choose, and then it will help you to manage your plan. You assign the plan to or the task to the team members, so actually you can control all of your project you can and project direction with your team, the way it will guide you. So system, you can have a manual you can say setup for the project, as well as you can have the automatic project setup. So based on the offering and based on your choices, it will create a complete, you can say, WBS, or you can say a complete detailed plan, or the plan of activities, and then those plan of activities you can decide plan the way you want. So here we have in Oracle e-business we have for taxes responsibility based on the operating unit, and then in the Fusion application based on the legal reporting unit will have the taxes. So there are some terms, like if we use in the Oracle e-business we use operating unit, and in Oracle Fusion we use business units. Now if we see the business structure, business structure is very important if we need to design the structure for any organization, so which we will be discussing in next part in more detail. But here I'll just tell you, in Oracle e-business we have word called business group, which is on the top of the hierarchy, and under the, you can say, business group we have legal entity. So same here, if we go into the Fusion application, there is an enterprise, and enterprise is on the top. Under the enterprise we will have the divisions, and under the divisions we'll have the legal entities. So I'm just comparing the word, what the word is used in the EBS. In the EBS we use business group, and in the Fusion apps we use the enterprise for the same meaning. So in the EBS we have legal entity, and in the Fusion apps we have legal entity. In the Fusion apps we have word division, which is newly introduced in the Fusion application, which it was not there in the e-business. Now if we see here in the Oracle e-business we were having operating unit. So operating unit word is replaced with the business units. If you are working on the Fusion application, so there will be no operating unit, instead there will be business units. And if we are working on the e-business, we define HR organizations. So the HR organizations in the Fusion application is replaced with the departments. So if you are working on the Fusion application, so there will be department. And if you see in the e-business we define the ledgers, and if we work on the Oracle Fusion applications we define ledgers, as well as we'll have reference data sets, and from the reference data set we control the data security. So this is all a major component for the business structure. If you need to define your organizational structure, so you just need to consider, of course if you are working on the e-business, it will be very easy for you to understand what are the structural differences, business structural differences between Oracle e-business and Oracle Fusion application. Now if we see the financial modules, so if in the e-business we'll have a module called General Ledger, same in the Fusion application we'll have a module called General Ledger. So now if we come here in Oracle e-business we have module or accounts payables. In receivables we have also module called accounts payables. Now if we see here on Oracle e-business we have module accounts receivable. In Fusion apps also we have accounts receivable. But if we see here in the e-business we have module fixed assets, and in the Fusion application we have module asset management. So this is just difference between fixed asset and asset management in the name. So if we see here in the Oracle e-business we have cash management module. Now cash management module, and in the Oracle e-business we have I-expenses module. So now cash management and I-expenses module is sort of replaced with cash and expense management. There is a module in the Fusion application called cash and expense management, as well as in the Oracle Fusion application we have payment and collection module also. So these are the modules in the Oracle Fusion application, and as I explained you, for workflow, for the, you can say, approval configurations, we use approval management engine AME, and if we see here in Oracle Fusion application we have AMX. Thank you very much.
जी, तो अब थोड़ा सा हम लोग ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल का एंटरप्राइज स्ट्रक्चर डिस्कस कर लेते हैं। किसी भी कंपनी की जब आपने इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करनी है तो सबसे पहले आपने क्या करना है कि उसके लिए उसका ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्ट्रक्चर बनाना है। उसके ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्ट्रक्चर में हमें देखना है कि उसकी कितनी एंटरप्राइजेज हैं, कितनी उसकी लीगल एंटिटीज़ हैं, कितने उसके ऑपरेटिंग यूनिट हैं या बिजनेस यूनिट्स हैं, कितनी उसकी डिविजन्स हैं, कितने उसके जो है ना आपकी इन्वेंटरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हैं। ये सारे के सारा जो है ना वो हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे एंटरप्राइज स्ट्रक्चर के अंदर। तो सबसे पहले आप उसका एंटरप्राइज स्ट्रक्चर बनाएंगे, उसमें चार्ट ऑफ अकाउंट क्या है, उसके अंदर चार्ट ऑफ अकाउंट के अंदर कितने सेगमेंट्स होंगे और सेगमेंट की कौन कौन से क्वालिफायर्स होंगे, वो सारे के सारे हम लोग डिस्कस करने लगे हैं एंटरप्राइज स्ट्रक्चर के अंदर। तो एंटरप्राइज स्ट्रक्चर के अंदर हम लोग क्या डिस्कस करेंगे, सबसे पहले मैं आपको डिटेल से बताऊंगा कि एक एंटरप्राइज क्या होती है और उस एंटरप्राइज के अंदर डिवीजन्स क्या होते हैं, और डिवीजन्स के बाद मैं बताऊंगा कि लेजर्स क्या हैं और लेजर के कौन कौन से कोर इंपॉर्टेंट कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं। उसके बाद हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे लीगल एंटिटी। लीगल एंटिटी के बाद मैं आपको बिजनेस यूनिट्स एंड डिपार्टमेंट्स के बारे में बताऊंगा, और उसके बाद इन्वेंट्री ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, और हमारे पास ओरेकल फ्यूजन एप्लीकेशन के अंदर एंटरप्राइज स्ट्रक्चर कॉन्फ़िगरेटर है, वो हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे। तो ये सारे के सारे टॉपिक्स हैं फिर अभी हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे ओरेकल फ्यूजन एप्लीकेशन के एंटरप्राइज स्ट्रक्चर के अंदर।
Now just let's try to understand the organizational structure in more detail. I just split organizational structure in two separate areas. One is called enterprise structure and another is called financial reporting structure. So main purpose for enterprise structure is to control the data partitions and the data security. Like for example, one organizational data should not be visible to another organizational, and which users can do which type of can do work on which type of data. This can be controlled through the through the enterprise structure. And then now we have another structure which is called financial reporting structure. Now what type of reporting, how the reporting can be taken from the system, this will be discussed in the financial reporting structure. So let's start from the enterprise structure. If we need to work on any organization, on the top of the organization we will find there is something called enterprise. For example, we have a group of company, like for example ICM group of company. Now ICM group of company, we will make on the top of that one organization which is called enterprise. I'll explain you all these entities in more details, but now just let me introduce so that at least you will be having a just very fair idea about the enterprise structure. So this is just high level diagram for enterprise structure. So enterprise structure is the core basic building block for your whole ERP implementation. So first of all, you need to consider, while getting the requirement, first of all you need to understand what is organizational enterprise structure. Then you need to understand what is organizational financial structure. So in the enterprise structure, on the top of that we'll have the enterprise. Under the enterprise we can have one or more ledgers. For example, we have on the top company called ICM. In this example I just show you Vision Holding Company, but let's assume we have ICM company, ICM group of company, and we give the enterprise name ICM. Now under the ICM we have multiple ledgers. For example, we make the ledgers based on each separate legislation. For example, we have one company under the ICM enterprise, one company is working under the Saudi Arabia, one company working under the Dubai, one company working under the USA, one company working under Canada, and one country under the UK. So we'll have 5 legislations. For each legislation, for each country we might need to build separate ledger. So ledgers, how to create these things we'll discuss in more detail in upcoming slides. I'm just giving you idea. So under each enterprise we'll be having ledgers as well as divisions. Divisions is a business line for your, you can say, organizational, what type of the businesses they are doing. I will discuss in more detail. And then under the ledger we can have one or more legal entities, and BSV here you will see the balancing segment. Now maybe in one country, in one ledger, there can be one or more than one legal entities or the legal companies, and under each legal entity, if you see here, there will be one or more business units. So actually if we were working on the Oracle e-business, there was a concept for the operating unit, and then here we have a concept of business units. So under a legal entity we can have one or more business units, and there is a purpose for the business users. So we need to know that what is the major purpose for this business unit. Like for example, we will be having one business unit which is for the accounting business purpose, which is doing accounting business functions, and we might be having another business units which might be mainly responsible for the purchasing purpose, and under that we might need to be having one or more you can say inventory organizations. So inventory organization, you can say, is a store. Now let's just discuss about the enterprise. So on the top of the organization you will be having enterprise. Enterprise is a mandatory and serve as an umbrella for the entire implementation, and all organizations are created within the enterprise. So basically on the top of everything will be your enterprise, and enterprise will be having one name. If we see here normally, as I explained you in our example, we'll have an organization which is called ICM group of companies. In the ICM group of companies we'll have many companies and working under the many countries. So for all of the companies and all of the countries will be having one top level organization called enterprise, which will be our head office. So whatever will be head office, for that we will just create one name, enterprise. Okay, and under the enterprise we'll be having all the detail and all the, you can say, organizational structure. If we see in Oracle e-business, so in the Oracle e-business we were having a business group. Under the business group we build everything. So here instead of business group we will be working on the enterprise. So I'm just giving as an example. In our example, on the top of that we'll be having an enterprise name, ICM group of companies, because I'm just giving you the complete scenario for a live project, and for that live project we will be doing all the setups. I'm just right now giving you an idea how we will build the structure and how the structure will be helpful. So what we will be working on the top of that, we'll create one organization which is called ICM enterprise. So under the ICM enterprise, what we will do, we will define our ledgers and the legal entities. So now if we see here, under the enterprise we will be having something called divisions. So normally a division is like, you can say, a different business axis. For example, ICM group of companies is running the business in different business areas. Like what is business areas? For example, ICM group of companies is having one company, one division which is related to IT sector. So under the IT sector we'll be having two separate companies. One is called ICM Software House, one is called ICM IT Services, and another also will have related to the, you can say, digital marketing, will have my agency for that. So that is a different, you can say, a division which will be working on the digitalization solution. And under that we'll be having another organization which is called ICM TV, for example. So ICM TV is another division or another access, and we will be having another chain of schools as well as training institutions. So we'll for you can say ICM group of companies will be having 4 or 5 different divisions or the different business axes. So what is the one division? One division is called IT division. We will create another division called media division. We will create another division which is called education division. So this is, you can say, a division is a business line. A division is refers to the business oriented subdivision within the enterprise. So on the top of that we will be having enterprise, and under the enterprise we'll be having as many divisions as we want based on the business lines. Okay, business lines for the group, not for a specific company. And you'll see divisions segregate the multiple businesses by their strategic objective and the measures. Like for example, we have a business division which is called training. Under the training we will be having primary school, we'll be having secondary school, and we will be having IT training school, for example, institute. So this is an education division. So companies may choose to represent product line, brands, or the geographical areas to build the divisions. So division manager typically reports to a top corporate executive, and the divisions are options. So as I'm just telling you, we can have the divisions, but it's not must that you create the division. Divisions are not mandatory. Like enterprise is a mandatory. If you are building your organizational structure, you must need to have at least one enterprise, and all the structure will be built under the enterprise. Okay, so but enterprise is a must, it's a mandatory, it's a top level umbrella, and under the enterprise will be having division which is a business line or business axis, or it represent business you can say geographical areas, but this is optional. This is your choice. You want to create the divisions, you will create the division. If you don't want to create the division, so don't create the divisions. Now under the enterprise we will build one more thing which is called ledger. Now the concept for the ledger is very important, and there are some segments under the ledgers which we need to understand. So actually ledgers are very much important in terms of the enterprise structure as well as in terms of the reporting structure. We'll discuss in more detail all the detailed segments even in the enterprise structure, even in the reporting structure, because this is core and basic and most important building block. So we might spend more time on the ledgers. So we need to understand what is ledger. Actually each accounting setup requires a primary ledger and optionally can introduce one or more secondary and the reporting currencies. So normally ledger is a combination of four major things. What is four major things? Actually we say it 4 C's. What is 4 C's? Like chart of account, calendar, currency, and the accounting methods. So from choosing all these 4 things, we build something called ledger, and these ledgers actually used to control our organizational you can say data, or we can have the different data partition for each company. This we will discuss in more detail once we will be building organizational structure. But first of all we need to understand in each enterprise we will be having ledger or will be having multiple ledgers, and if there in each ledger we will be having 4 major things. So chart of account, calendar, currency, and the accounting method. And basically the main ledger will be the primary ledger, but for each company along with the primary ledger we can build secondary ledger. For each ledger we can build secondary ledger as well as we can build reporting currency ledgers. So right now I'm just giving you core basic ideas about the core important terminologies which we will be discussing in more detail, and we will be doing all the detailed hands-on on all the upcoming lectures. But right now this is very important for us or for you to understand that what are the core basic building blocks, because I will be creating in the next lecture, and I will be defining and I will be showing, and you must need to understand those core basic terms which are very important while we'll be doing the setups. So as I explained, you will be having on the top enterprise. Under the enterprise we can define the divisions, but ledgers are must. So we define the ledgers. So ledgers consisting of 4 things: chart of account, calendar, currency, and accounting method. And ledger is must, the main ledger will be primary ledger, and for that each ledger we can create secondary and the reporting ledger. So the number of ledgers and sub ledgers is unlimited and determined by your business structure and the reporting requirement. So this will be based on your reporting requirement, based on your business structure. You need to decide how many ledgers you need to create. So once you will be understanding the main benefit and the usage of the ledger, once you will be doing the all hands-on, and once you understand the concept for the ledger, then it will be easy for you to understand how to what type of ledger, how to create the ledger, and how many ledgers you need while designing the you can say structure for any organization. For example, if you are doing the implementation for any company, so first step what you need to do, you need to understand, you need to sit with the business users to understand their complete enterprise structure. And after having a lot of discussion, you will be having an idea that how many you need to build the enterprises and how many you need to build the ledgers, because these how many ledgers it need to build and how many enterprises and the company need to build, user is not going to tell you. User will explain them their own you can say business in their own business language. So maybe business language it's more or less nearly same, but something you need to do the mapping and you need to understand what is the business need and how you will be mapping. So actually if you need to define the ledgers, we need to understand that we have 4 C's: chart of account, calendar,
currency and accounting methods. So if any C is having different in the different company, so for that purpose we might need to have different ledgers. For example, we have 5 companies in one enterprise in the ICM, like as I explained you, like we have separate training institute, separate school, separate you can say IT company, and separate media related companies. Now for example, we said that for each company we might be using separate chart of account. So if it's a separate chart of account, then we need to have separate ledgers. Or maybe our business is in 5 different legislations, like in Saudi Arabia, in UAE, in UK, in Canada, and in the US. So for each country, for each company, or for each country, you will be having a separate base currency. So if it's a separate base currency, then of course you need to have different ledgers. So we need to understand what is the chart of account, currency, calendar, accounting method, and all these 4 things, we say 4 C's will build something called ledger. Okay, so what is chart of account? Chart of account, we will be discussing chart of account in more detail in the financial reporting structure, but we just need to understand right now that while building the chart ledger, we just need to create a chart of account. Chart of account is a list of accounts which you will create, and this will be helpful for you to get the reports the way you or the organization want. So this is something called chart of account. So first of all, you will be having chart of account. Secondly, we'll be having the currencies. So whenever we are working on the, you can say, whenever we are doing any transaction or whenever we are building any structure, so we need to understand that we have one currency which is called base currency, which will be related to that ledger, because all the accounts balances will be stored in that currency, which will be the base currency. But base currency don't mean you cannot do the transactions in other currencies. If you have one base currency and then you have some other currencies, you can create transactions in other currencies as well. Okay, and then calendar, maybe you might be having calendar, mean you might be having calendar, some companies starting from January to December. Some companies will be starting from July to you can say June, or maybe September to August. So based on the country, based on the legislation, or based on the management decision, so you can decide that what will be the base calendar for that organization. So if you have different calendars for different organizations, then you will be having separate ledger. For example, I'm just giving you as an example. For example, we have one company which is called ICM, for example ICM Training Institute, and one company we have school. Now for the schools, we say our financial year will start from July, and we say that for the training institute our financial year is starting from the January. So mean for those 2 organizations will be having a separate you can say calendar. So for that we have to build 2 separate ledgers. Now if we see here accounting method, some companies they run their businesses on the cash basis, and some companies they run their businesses on the accrual basis. So this will be accounting method. So these 4 things, combination of these 4 things will help you to decide a ledger, to create a ledger. Okay, once we define and we create the ledger, the next part is called a legal entity. Under each ledger you can be having one or multiple legal entities. So legal entity is a legal company responsible to report to the government organization. Normally whenever you define a company like LLC or establishment or public limited company or private limited company, so this is company which is registered under the government books, which is responsible to submit their taxes, and which is responsible to deal with all the government transactions. So this is called legal entity. Legal entity is a legal company which is registered for doing all the transaction and may be responsible for dealing with the tax. So legal entity is a legal company responsible to report to the government. Legal entity is a recognized party with the rights and responsibilities given by the legislation. Like for each country, whatever will be the legal registration for the company, it will be called a legal entity. So legal entities have the right to own property, the right to trade, the responsibility to repay debt, and responsibility to account for themselves to the regulations, taxation, authorization, and honors according to the rules specified in the relevant legislation. Like as I told you, based on the relevant country, based on the relevant country legislation, whatever be the legal business name which will be registered, this is called a legal entity. Now for example, I will tell you, like for example, we have a company called ICM, business group called ICM, which will be ICM Enterprise. Under the ICM, for example, we are working in Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, we have two separate companies. One is called ICM ITS, which is ICM IT Solution, and one another company which is will be having ICM Software House, which is dealing with the consultancy company. So these two are separate legal companies. Maybe each company is having separate owner or the separate partner or separate share, and each company is having its own trade registration. And every company from these two, they deal with the employees separately. They have their own separate accounts. They have their own separate offices, and they submit. At the end of the year, they are having separate audit reports, and they will be having separate financial statement and the separate balance sheet. So in that case, we'll be having two legal entities, as I explained you. So once we define the structure, on the top of that we define the enterprise. Under the enterprise we define the ledgers. Under the ledgers we define the legal entities. And once we define the legal entities, after the legal entities, what we need to define is something called business units. So now we just need to understand what is business units. A business unit is a unit is an enterprise that performs one or many business functions. Like for example, if we have a company, as I explained you, which is registered in Saudi Arabia, which is called ICM Software House. This ICM Software House is registered in Saudi Arabia. But for this ICM Software House to run the business in Saudi Arabia, we might be having multiple offices. So multiple offices, what we can say, one office we have in Riyadh, one office we have, for example, in Jeddah, one office we have in Khobar. So these are the three different offices working under one legal entity, which is called ICM Software House. So each each business unit might be having might be working as a separate you can say operating unit. The word what we say in the e-business, we use it operating unit, and here we say it business unit. So for each business unit might be having different purpose and different, you can say, mechanism for the business transactions. So what is this business unit? A unit of enterprise that performs one or many business functions, which can be consolidated in the both a managerial and the legal hierarchy. So maybe one business unit will be responsible for acquisition, one business unit will be responsible for purchasing, one business unit may be responsible for receiving and invoicing, or maybe one business unit can perform multiple tasks from out of those things. A business unit can be configured for multiple business functions. As I explained you that one business can perform multiple. Maybe in one legal entity you will be having only one business unit for which you are doing all the, you can say, transactions. Like for example, in our example we have on the top ICM Enterprise. Under the ICM we'll be having ICM Software House as a legal entity. Under the ICM Software House we'll be having different business units. So we'll say Riyadh business unit, Riyadh BU, for example. Now the Riyadh BU is responsible for purchasing, receiving and requisitioning and invoicing. For all the purposes you will be having only one business unit. Now if we see here, we have our main office in Riyadh, and we have our sub business unit in, for example, one in Jeddah. So Jeddah business unit is only for the receiving stock, and the Dammam also will have another business unit which will be also only for the receiving stock. This way we will build our enterprise structure, and this way we will build the business units. Now under the business unit, if we see, we have something called departments. Departments are, you can say, organization, or what we can say is the organizational units. Okay, a department is an organization with one or more operational objectives or responsible that exist independently of its manager. You assign one or more workers to the employees to the departments. Normally, why we define the departments? Departments, you can say, is to have a separate place for the employees to work. Each organization, each business unit might be having, it's not linked actually under the business unit, it can be linked under the legal entity, but the departments can be, you can say, like we have finance department, like we can have human resource department, like we can have purchasing or the procurement department. So these are the department. Each department might be having one or more employees or the managers. Okay, so like this way we will define the departments, and this way we will be having departments in our organization. Now after the department, we'll have something called inventory organization. So inventory organization, what we can say is we can say it's a store. It's an organization where we receive the stock. Normally inventory organization is related to each business unit. As I explained you, like in our structure, on the top will be an enterprise. Under the enterprise there will be one legal entity which is called ICM Software House. For ICM, under the ICM Software House, we'll be having 3 different business units. In our example, one will be in the Riyadh, and one will be in Jeddah, and one will be in Al Khobar. So we'll be having 3 business units. So with all 3 business units, we'll be having receiving inventory organization. Receiving inventory organization means the organization where we'll stock our material. So we'll be having 3 inventory organization, one under each. And now these inventory organizations will receive the stock, and they can issue the stock to other organizations, to other departments, or other, you can say, entities. An inventory organization is a logical or physical entity in the enterprise that is used to store definitions of items or store and transact items. As I explained you, this can be a physical, or this can be a logical, you can say, place. Okay, or a logical organization where you will be storing. Because sometimes what happens, like companies like us, like we are a software company, normally we don't need to have a stock, because we are not trading organization. So normally what we work with many organizations on the project basis, and for that project basis normally we don't have like actual inventory organization. So we'll be having, we can say, logical inventory organization, because what we do, sometimes we do the ERP implementation for any company. For example, we need to do an implementation for one ministry, and for that ministry our implementation project is in our implementation project there is a scope. For that scope they want to implement Oracle Financial, Human Resource and Supply Chain, but along with that they might be having their own some, you can say, internal built-in organization to satisfy their business needs. So they have the some application on the cloud and some application working under their own environment. So for that own environment, what they are having, they might need to give us some orders to procure some servers. Maybe they give us an order to procure 20 servers and the SAN and the storage and all of those things. For those servers and the storage, we might need to create a logical, you can say, inventory organization under that ministry, so that whenever we give the purchase order and we receive the stock, and we put the stock in that logical organization. So as I told you, inventory organization can be physical or it can be logical. So normally for the project based companies where they need to receive the material but actually they don't stock the material, then in that case we might build logical inventory organization. But if we are working on the, you can say, if we are working on such some a trading organization, for those trading organization we receive the stock and we actually store the stock. For that purpose we might build, you can say, we might build physical inventory organization. Now the next part, we need to understand the enterprise structure configurator. Now if we see here in Oracle Fusion application, we have one very good thing which is called enterprise structure configurator, which was not in the Oracle e-business. So as I explained you, Oracle is enhancing, they enhanced a lot of feature in Oracle Fusion application, a lot of things which it was not there in Oracle e-business. Now it's there in the Oracle Fusion applications. They are trying to make the implementation more rapid, more fast, more visual. Okay, so we have enterprise structure configurator. So enterprise structure and interview based tool that guides you through the process of setting up the basic enterprise. So here this is a configurator. This configurator, you might ask some questions from the business users, and those questions you will just answer to configurator, and based on that configurator will build all the structure for you. So as I explained you, enterprise structure configurator is an interview based tool that guides you through the process of setting up the basic enterprise structure. So create all organizational structure at one time, create multiple organization to test multiple scenarios, review enterprise configuration prior to the loading, and roll back an enterprise configuration after the loading it. All these are the tasks which you can perform through the enterprise structure. So in the enterprise structure, for example, you establish an enterprise structure. In that enterprise structure system, you might create enterprise, and under the enterprise you might create divisions, legal entities, business units, and under the business unit you might create reference data sets. As I explained you in the security part, that you will be having data sets to control the data, that on which data you want to give access to which person, so that you will be having business unit set assignments. You can create a different business unit sets and then assign the reference data sets to the different locations, so that for each location will be assigned with some certain data sets. I know there are some concepts which are right now maybe difficult for you to understand, but yes, there will be some concepts right now. If you are a starter especially, it will be difficult for you to understand. If you are working on Oracle e-business before and you are Oracle e-business financial consultant, so things will be much more easier for you to understand, and there is not a lot new, but yes, there are some new feature in the Fusion application. But if you are a very new person, you never worked on Oracle financial, either e-business or the Fusion application, so there are many terms, so those terms may be confusing for you, but don't worry, and you will be understanding all of those things after doing a lot of practices. And once we will be having detailed project, we'll build a detailed project and we will do all the configuration based on that project, so that your concept, your idea will be clear. But still, if you have any comment, if you want to ask any question to build some structure to satisfy you, so we are here to help you. We will guide you. Whatever the comments you will be having, whatever the support you need to build the structure for your setup, you can ask, and of course we are going to help you. Okay, after that we'll be having reference data sets. So we'll create the reference sets, and from these reference sets we assign this to the business users, and then this will be specially used to control the data security. Even this we will be discussing in more detail.